isolated, no trades for his team. So we're down to a 4 versus 4. Well, they're going to try and play the high ground, but it's risky because he's got nobody covering the angle where Chris J is currently lurking. He may go for a peek towards the balcony, but well, that it may eventually be found again. This is a risk here from FlipSid Tactics. They do have 2 people over towards the A-bomb site at present. Indeed, Bondik is holding the angle towards Chris J, but he does not have a sniper. Potentially spotting something, he's going to drop a flashbang, but the rest of the mousesports side are moving towards the B-bomb site where Shara is currently alone. He does have an auto sniper, but he's looking towards the drop. And if he gets flashed, then it won't be very useful.
Yeah, but here it is though. They are going to get that push going in. They're going to throw it all in onto the B-bomb site. Obviously that equalizer taking down Blade was pretty damn key here. And Chris J, he's going to get one towards A. That's going to be really painful now. So 2 versus 4 on the B-bomb site. And there's Ashara still the also sniper. Oh, but he catches the guy planting the bomb. And Markov chimes in as well. And there's no time to get the plant, surely. Markov, he could be able to do this. He will indeed stop the plant. Oh my goodness, what a ridiculous situation again.
There's nothing
oh my God.
between these 2 teams.
There is
so
nothing.
many micro situations. This is madness. I thought
rip schedule.
Yeah. Shout outs to Adam. I didn't think. I thought like Shara was done. He's looking towards drop. He's not looking platform. If he looks platform, he's probably going to get flashed. What is he going to do with that auto sniper? Waits for the plant, of course. And we're at 25-25.
Yeah, that was really, really key. And,
so they've got rid of the auto now as well, so it's going to be a different setup from the CT side. Wilded it down with the AWP, going to smoke off the mid area where Dennis is currently lurking. And again, we've got Blade over towards A long. Hasn't really been successful this overtime with the adjustments they have made. And again, they're going to try and mix things up. And this is the aggression I'm talking about. From this position, although there's nobody, they have a smoke. The only thing they have is a smoke that stops mousesports from pushing mid. But mousesports have respected smokes pretty much all but one round that I can remember. And when they went through that smoke, they got wrecked. There they go, moving through danger. Now Wilded it's going to have to be very careful indeed. I think he tagged people got once indeed. Next got 12 HP, so that's a great start for them. And Blade is still in a strong position where he can do great damage to the remainder of mousesports.
Yeah, I don't know what mousesports really happened to work with in this position because the rotation's starting to happen. Okay, Chris kills Blade, but Wilded throws in the nades. He's going to slow him down. He's got 1 player close. Great shot from Wilded, dropping Dennis with the no-scope. And, I mean, Chris J on 12 health, next on 12 health. You can't expect too much from this position, but they're going to give it a go. Smoke down on the bomb site. It's going to make life even harder here for mousesports. At least this time they have time. Oh, the shot comes in. Markov gets picked out of the sky. Bondik will trade on to next, though. And it's all down to Chris J once again with the flick, misses the shot, and Shara punishes him. A fatal mistake, fatal miss, and 26-25 now is the scoreline. Overtime 4. I have no words.
You just can't.
I just can't even. I don't even.
You can only
what
even,
is this?
and you can't even. Well, I'm glad that Wilded it, and well, FlipSid made the decision to put Wilded it in a more aggressive position towards long, because that's what we're talking about. We saw him there only 1 time, and that time he killed at least 3 people. Obviously, you can't go there every single round, but having a bit more aggression where he can go for those repeats and have those angles where people are just going to be running into him like lemmings off the side of a cliff, you know, that's going to be very favourable for him and his style of play, rather than having it so basically once you're engaging them, they're on top of the site, and if it doesn't go your way, if you're Blade, then you might lose the round.
Yeah, it's crazy. The amount of pressure is crazy, and I would expect to see more players kind of starting to break or make, you know, really big mistakes. But we're not really seeing the huge blunders. There's small mistakes here and there. Like for example, you know, a few rounds ago, we saw that spot where I think it was Dennis or Spiddy who ran when he should have been walking, sort of thing.
Oh,
like,
on T main, but a defuse on CT side.
On B plat, yeah. And you know, like small mistakes like that tend to happen. We haven't seen anything. Obviously that ended up costing them the round. But I mean, we haven't seen, you know, really fatal flaws like a guy missing, you know, kills that he really should hit. No one's really truly getting completely smashed under the pressure. So
yeah, I mean, the biggest one in my opinion was just the decision to rush B from FlipSid in normal time, because I think that's a major turning point. But that's so long ago now.
It feels like an age ago. Yeah, it's really weird. Again, the evolution of this match. Because mousesports have found ways to win T side rounds and CT rounds now, whereas they're really struggling at the beginning. We saw the 12-3. I mean, them only picking up 3 T rounds in the normal time.
I think Markov has had 1 kill in the last 7 rounds, because I remember him being at 48 kills at the end of an overtime, and he's only on 49 kills now. So he's not having the impact that he was in previous overtimes. We'll see if, well, I mean, in fairness, mousesports have been going more towards A than B, and he's been playing around the statue on B a lot of the time and getting a lot of kills there on the CT side. But FlipSid are on the T side now, so we will see if he will continue his abuse of the underpass area. I mean the drop zone area, excuse me. So we're going to have Bondic over towards A-Long, just holding the flank. We haven't seen I don't think, a single push from CTs in that area, and you can see why, because it's always been covered by the opposing team. So while they're holding the angle, while Shara moves forward, again, this is a familiar setup to FlipSid. They do this on A cache as well, A main, when they on the T side, or that it will be early holding an angle while he has one teammate moving up close to the box. You can see Chris J is in the statue, under the legs, of course. See if this pays off. So more adjustments from both sides. 1 minute 10 o'clock. I'm wondering what Markelov is up to. Indeed, he is abusing the drop zone area, but he has a teammate in tow as well, welded it with the AWP.
Yeah, there's been a healthy amount of variation considering the amount of overtimes. You know, we're seeing still, you know, some newer setups already, setups coming into play, like the statue boost. Though that said, you know, they've abandoned it now later into the rounds as they're feeling all the pressure towards drop. And indeed, there is quite a significant amount of players emerging there now.
Markelov's been dinked and finished off by Speedy as well.
Yeah, it's going to be really nice here for FlipSid now. They've of course lost the player, but they got the drop. And Bondic's in there. But can he get this drop? Oh, he was flashing too long, and that's going to be a frag there for Speedy. 2 versus 4. That really didn't go according to plan. Now they'll finally emerge out of the B plateau, and nobody's actually looking just yet. The smokes are down too, so Shara's going to get himself forward position. He's just charging into drop. They now know where he is. The bomb is not being planted just yet because Blade wants to try to support Shara, but the time is running down here. 15 seconds left on the clock. Shara tries to take the initial fight, and Blade is going for a desperation plant. That round was a bit of a mess for FlipSid in the end.
Well, another team loses the round going into a half, loses the lead, should I say, and the round. 26-26. So now we need a team to reach 28 rounds to take it in overtime 4. Otherwise, I'm going to get more grey hairs in this chair. AWP onto both sides, 4 AKs, 2 AKs onto the CT side, which might make a difference if people are quick enough on the trigger. We'll have to wait and see. 3 going over towards B, towards the CT side. Speedy goes through the drop zone, but he will play it from the outside, as has been the standard in this match from both teams. Dennis went for a quick peek towards A-Long, but he is moving back to join next now towards the mid area. Again, FlipSid starting off very passive indeed. Markelov making a nuisance of himself, like a bad pupil trying to avoid detention here and continue his streak of terror.
Yeah, and we've got the double setup from Speedy and Chris at the end of plateau. So again, variations on the setups. And Nico, instead of playing, you know, nearer the tree position or so, you know, due to that setup, he's holding connected because there's no presence otherwise in drop. And Markov has been such a, as you say, a terror towards that drop zone. It's quite surprising. Speedy's going for the push on B plat. This is very aggressive. Typically, this is hard to pull off, but Speedy's going to get the aggressive frag. No trade coming in, and he's going to fall back to safety. Or is he going to stay out there? Risky stuff.
That is well cheeky.
It is quite cheeky considering they already had the advantage now.
He's made the information play though, which means that mousesports are going to have 3 people over towards the A site. 39 seconds left. Markelov going to try and suggest that perhaps they're going to be going over towards B, while they're just going to get wrecked by Chris J. That's not causing any rotation. They've seen this before, where they've left worded it to try and suggest that they're going to go to one site when in fact they're going to the other. So it seems that mousesports have the jump on FlipSid's ideas now. But Blade and Markelov going for the split, but Bonda gets taken down as well. So everything's falling apart here for FlipSid. 2 plays left to make that one. Blade is alone, and his team are low on money.
So once again, we're going to see a situation where mousesports are in a commanding position, a chance again to win the match. And FlipSid have to go for basically a clutch win.
This is the jumble sale by Dan. They've gone to their grandmother's house and sold all the family china, the heirlooms, the little coins, you know, from olden times, and they've managed to get out 2 pistols, 2 AKs, a Galil, and 3 smokes and a flashbang. The end may well be nigh, Dan, because this is the worst buy that FlipSid have had in I don't know how many rounds. This is getting to like face it overtime levels at the moment.
Yeah, I bet the viewers are loving it. I wonder if any Dragon Laws are dropped yet, James, in all these cobblestone rounds. By the way. Could all be over here. FlipSid have been able to win these rounds miraculously more than once in previous in this match, and get a bit of pressure at the start of the round from Markov in towards the drop. He's going to back away, and it's just going to be a simple hit towards A because they don't have much to work with. They just got to go for it. And we're going to see Chris J with the spot. He's going to make the call here, and Dennis is going to smoke off the mid ramp. So these smokes, these nades from mousesports are going to be very hard to play around for FlipSid. And there's Chris J. He's going to pick off well with it as he goes through to the site. Another frag going Chris J's way, but somehow FlipSid are pulling frags back. 3 kills in a row. What on earth is happening right now? It's down to Nex and down to Nico.
One is on the side, Nico still on the balcony. Is he going to get double pick? It's Nico versus 3. He's taken 1 down. It is a clutch master for mousesports. Is he able to do this? Or are we going to die in these chairs down? Shara's down to 31 HP. Nico still stuck in the choke point, but they don't want to peek him. They want to try and set up for a crossfire. Don't know if he's at the door of the balcony. Down on the floor now. Markelov's going to get taken down. Shara doesn't have much HP. He's going for the taps now. Shara's just holding behind that pillar. That pillar is all that is between mousesports and the finals, and Shara's going to take it somehow. He goes for the hero peek, Dan. And we are going to overtime 5. I'm going to cover this stage of urine. I'm
also just to see a puddle. And actually, James, it's going to probably affect the players because they're right below us.
Markelov's still on 49 kills. He hasn't. I don't think he's had any kills in the last 2 sets of overtime.
Yep. Yeah,
in 12 rounds.
He's not been able to do pretty much anything.
If he starts killing again, does that mean FlipSid are going to win the match?
It's so weird, isn't it? Because he was such a big part of FlipSid getting to the overtimes, and then slowly started dropping off. And you know, the question is it? You know, I actually would say, you know, you can't really question his experience, obviously, because it's Markov, for God's sake. But
that's just adjustment, isn't it?
That would then suggest that it should be more based on the adjustments that the opposition have been making.
We have almost played 60 rounds, Dan, in a best of 1.
And not even in the best of the MR10 style of
MR5, yeah.
MR5 style of overtime. This is crazy.
I know. I mean, what do you say? What do you say at this point? It's overtime 5, and it resumes in 50 seconds again. So we've seen constant adjustments from both teams, and in those adjustments, we've seen that Markelov has essentially become a redundant part of the team in terms of the way he's been playing the drop zone and how mousesports have adjusted to that and nullified his threat, essentially. So the question is, how do FlipSid get him back into the game again? They will be continuing on the T side now, so they need to make that change, otherwise they may have more struggles. They were doing so well before. Even in the rounds they lost, it was almost losses, but now some of the rounds they're losing are being absolutely stomped. I'm being told by the producer we have a replay package, so let's have a butchers at that MLG transition. Let's go. Right, so this is the 3 versus 3. So Shara's just coming in man with a plan. It's his first LAN. Well, not LAN, but major. And he is putting in work for the team. But, I mean, nerves of steel to clutch it, to keep his team in it. In that 1 versus 1, Nico just wrecking Bondik, who had the tightest of angles. And actually, it was Markelov. You'll see gets shot in the... Well, gets shot very shortly indeed. They still weren't sure, despite the flash, whether he was coming door or balcony, and there it is.
This duel is so insane.
Nico is so patient to go for the taps here as well, and Shara doing exactly the same thing. And look at him just trying to push the site there, while making sure he had the angle should Nico try to defuse.
That was so close, because Nico even got a couple bullets connecting.
Balls of steel there.
Rather Shara, but yeah. Okay, so let's do this then. So, 27-27. Overtime
round 55 then of this best of 1, first match of the day. Get wrecked schedule, of course.
Get wrecked schedule. The schedule is getting fully wrecked.
Yeah, indeed it is. What a perfect flashbang. They know the angle so well. Very studied, drilled team. They'll be looking to drill some cold steel into Chris J's head. He's had to reposition, but he still has another angle he can play with and support from a teammate. Let's see how far they continue to push. The bomb is on the floor towards A-Long at present, although you never know where it's going to end up at FlipSid.
Absolutely, just the slow push, just getting those CTs further and further back into their own bomb site. And we've got to play into the drop zone. Markov, let's see if he's able to get something done here. He's through to connector, so he's very key there. He's got some support as well. With him, Blade is going to take down Dennis. Shara's left in connector, and Markov opening things up onto the bomb site. Nico gets completely wrecked there by Shara, leaving just Biddy, and Shara is on point. 3 kills in the round for him. So very well executed round there, and you know, usually we're seeing mousesports taking the early advantages in the overtimes, but now it's going to be FlipSid.
Complete wipeout for the CT side, and they are going all in, Dan. They are going all in. Double AWP coming out. If they lose this round, then they'll probably win the next one, Dan, because that's what needs to happen.
By the way, it's actually Markelov did hit the 50 bomb now, and Shara is on 49 kills.
Welcome back, Markelov.
Yeah.
All right, so Shara's been picking up the slack where Markelov's been dropping off. So let's see if these double orbs are going to pay off for the mousesports side, because if it doesn't, then it might be the bitter end for one of these teams. Chris J's holding towards the B bomb site. You saw him jump into smoke there, but quickly made his exit, as it was quite risky. Nico is going to be holding A long now, so Chris J and Nico have switched positions. And again, the Molotov comes in, but all they've got to flash Nico off the position. No time for Nico. He's going to make his escape. He doesn't have a player in for support where the T's are seeking him. Minute 15 on the clock here. Markelov again back to his old tricks. Just being a pain in the behind, in the posterior, in the bottom, in the bum.
Steady air. Okay. Let's see if Bondik can actually be successful here with this push. Looks like Dennis is actually just going to go straight through the angle there. Nico looking to get the trade, and he does. Bondik is going to hit the floor, cold, but again, well that it peaks, and Nico perhaps a little bit too greedy there.
What's important here is there are still 45 seconds left on the clock, and they don't know if Markelov is in the drop zone or not. So wherever the CTs tries to rotate with the few members they have to be paranoid about any potential flanks here from Markelov. But he's choosing not to commit to the drop zone and rotate elsewhere. The bomb seems to be going towards A. Shara is running away now, but Speedy should hear that. And indeed, Speedy and Chris J are instantly rotating because they can hear Shara running away in the team main area.
Yeah, big play. They picked the right bomb side, of course, and it's next right at the back. Let's see if Next can defend that. He's been smoked off. All the nades there going into the bomb side should give them a free plant, and Next is actually going to be taken down by the flames. So 2 versus 2 now. Chris J and Speedy looking for the clutch, the retake as the bomb is ticking. And the 2 players, both T's, are on the bomb site. Chris J gonna just stand up here and look to see if he can get a quick flick on one of these players, and Spiddy's working his way in on the other side. What did it now? This is very tough for him. Gets the first flick there. That's Chris J down. It's just Spiddy behind that ledge. What did it looks for the shot, but he's completely missed it. And Spiddy will pick it up. He'll get the defuse and the AWP to boot.
So the question is, how much money are the CTs going to have going into this last round? Are they going to be stretched on their utility in terms of grenades and so on? Again, the score is tied, but will everything be on their side going into the last round of the first half of overtime 5 in this best of 1 first match of the day? So you can see, like Next, for example, starting with $3,600. So we've got the UMP coming out again. Despite winning the round, they have the inferior buy. Double UMP for the CT side. So they just lost too many players in the last 2 rounds. But can they take it over the line? We've seen that sometimes the equipment hasn't even mattered in terms of who has won the round. Will it be true on this occasion? They've gone from 2 ops to 1 onto Chris J. And he is going to be going over towards the bomb site again. They've got 4 men over there, so it's another adjustment they've made. Chris J going over towards B instead of A, where he's been definitely wasted for the team.
Oh, Next should have been able to have that kill. That's really tough now for mousesports. This pace is so fast. Spiddy can't hold either. Marco picking up the entry there. Nico coming in to save the day with that UMP, taking down Bondik, but it is still a man disadvantage for the CT side of mousesports as FlipSid Tactics make their rotation back in towards A, and Nico is going to be able to claim Markelov, and that's going to open the channels up from that B bomb site into A. And that said, FlipSid are not even on the bomb site just yet, so this is going to be a big deal to get that kill so quickly. But Maze raining into the A bomb site now as FlipSid try to get that bomb planted, but here comes mousesports in force.
Oh, that perfect nade onto Dennis's feet, going to put him down to 60. He had so many flashes straight in his face as well, but they've got 2 CTs in position now. Blade trying to go to the feet there with a teammate, but they're going to be traded. Blade goes down, Dennis goes down. 2 versus 2. Still loads of time for the bomb to go down, but the bomb's on the floor in CT spawn. Well, there's going to be able to collect it, but he doesn't know where the second CT might be, and indeed Nico's come out. He's on the APC. I think his head might have been spotted there. Or they're going to change his plant. Wherever he plants, it's going to be a gamble. Is Nico up for the challenge here? He's going to get taken down 1 versus 1 now. Chris J with the AWP versus World It. An AWPer himself with the AK. Chris J dancing around the APC. Might try to jump onto the roof perhaps. It's waiting for World It to peek in the wrong place, but it's a gamble for both players. Looking at World It trying to shoulder peek, and Chris J's gone down to the 5-7 here. Going to jump onto the roof. World It surely hears him. Doesn't get the angle in time. Headshot comes in, and it will be mousesports taking the advantage into the next round, despite starting with an UMP in this round.
My God. The level of clutch coming in on these these rounds is something special. 29-28. It's hard to really have words to describe this match at this point. We've seen so much, and it doesn't seem to end. And it's such a great test of discipline for these teams. And luckily for them, they'll get quite a break after this match, if when it finally does end. It's just that.
What do you mean when it ends? What if it never ends, Dan?
It's well,
I don't see an end. I don't see an ended sight. There's so many times the team with the weaker bye has won the round as well, and like so many times when we change halves or we start a half, the team with a one-round lead loses immediately, just tie after tie after tie after tie after tie.
There are so many rounds where the team that has the better strategy and the better position for the initial play loses the round. That has happened so many times now. It's unbelievable. That's why, like, when we saw FlipSid, for example, just start the match with 12-3, that happened repeatedly.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, it was mousesports winning those situations where FlipSid were playing really good, T sides, setting themselves up to win rounds, but they could never close them. And now this is happening to both of the teams now that they're having this situation. Now we're getting spots where mousesports are playing some really sick setups and they're creating good opportunities, but then they can't close when it really matters. So it's
well, there are more questions to ask here. We saw the problems with that were caused to FlipSid by mousesports' adjustments and realization that there was weakness towards A in terms of the setup between Blade and Wilder. We saw Blade get picked off loads of times with no answer in the previous overtime 4, of course. So now you have to ask yourselves, I mean, there was a bit of struggle and constant change on FlipSid's team trying to get things set up the right way, so now you have to wonder if they're going to continue to change that, how they're going to make things go back into their favor on their CT side, which is about to start.
It's funny, I think we're going to have all the teams arriving to watch this match because they're all like, hey guys, so what's going on? So time to play our match. Oh wait, there's still the first match
We're
going
still
on.
into game 1.
And shout outs to the over 800,000 people that I can see they're watching at the moment. Crazy stuff here. And
interestingly, no AWPs on the T side for mousesports, so they've made more adjustments. Shout outs to Bar Salt Chickens. Right, so no AK for mousesports. They've decided that it's going to be better for them to all have AKs. Speaking of AWPs, well, that it takes down Speedy. I think I said no AK for mousesports. I meant no AWP. Well, there we go. They're at man disadvantage, and they're looking to take the drop quickly with numbers themselves. There's no split really to happen here. They've got Nico heading over towards A. Is he going to be good enough to get some work in?
Some damage, but the frags are coming now. Here for the CT side, Chris J still lurking in that connector area with the bomb as well, and the bomb's been spotted. Nico needs to open up the bomb side. He has to do that because there's no way for Chris J to get into the B side at this point, and he's doing a good job of it. Taking down Blade, but what is sick angle there, sick shot as Chris J is going to hit the floor cold. Just down to Nico now in a 1 versus 2. So it'll be a great moment for a clutch from Nico once again. 50 seconds left on the clock as he's holding onto the bomb, holding steady onto the angle. So patient. Will it pay off for Nico? Players on both angles, great shot as he turns around and finds Shara, nails him. Now it's just the 1 versus 1 against Florida. Nico, can he pull this one off? The fight resumes once again, and the spray comes in. Nico takes down Wilder for the clutch. 1 versus 2. The big man of mousesports shows just how good he is once again.
2 match points at this point for mousesports. FlipSids need to win both these rounds, otherwise, well, we know we've been there before. Are they going to be able to do it? Now we have no AWP onto FlipSid's team, despite those great picks from Wilder. They're just so unlucky at the end. Very hard again. That's a big example of the that big nerf to AWP. The crouch peek in that situation might have been OP the way it used to be, but there we go. Actually, we thought, yeah, never mind. I could nerd out, Dan, but now's not the time. So we've got rifles all across the board. We've got reasonable amounts of nades as well. And again, it goes down to A for mousesports. A has been the key to opening up these rounds. The bomb is currently over towards B, but there's a minute 25 on the clock here. And again, adjusting the time of the drops. So many times we didn't really see them approach drop at all, but that was a big adjustment they had afforded to them, and it has paid off.
Goes is in here through the window, finds himself the first open through to Connector, leading the way for his team, and it's going to go quite well for mousesports now. 4 versus 3, they've taken control of Connector again. It seems to be a weak point. They're really picking off in these rounds, and it's Blade though that will defend from the balcony position, that will thin out the push that mousesports are starting to line up into that A bomb site. Frags all over the place at the moment. Chris J with another one. The trade comes in, 2 versus 2 now. And Spiddy with the response. Well did it now for the clutch here. Can he keep FlipSid in this? Here he goes, looking for that shot. As they are toying with him, they know exactly where he is, and they do have time to go back to the other bomb site if they really want to try to do that. So they do search for well did it here. Oh, he's repositioned. They might not know where he is. He's been spotted by Spiddy now, and Chris J nails him. And mousesports finally close it. After 5 overtimes, mousesports will eliminate FlipSid Tactics and send them home.
59 rounds.